Hello everyone, welcome back to the SOMNIUM Files nirvanA initiative, where last time we dived into Chikara's mind, the scientist, and we figured out that Nice at Loss is a real thing and apparently is involved with this. So it looks like they sort of recycled the whole idea of Nice and they brought it into this game as an actual thing. So let's see, we went there with Tama, so let's see what they can say to us. We're still 6 years in the past.
I thought it would be easier to talk to you this way.
So this is when Mizuki was 12.
I solved it.
The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality.
If he's willing to lie about one thing, he's willing to lie about everything.
Okay then, let's begin.
The experiment worked! Oh, happy Chikara.
Okay, let's start with this. We wanted to get impish or brave, right? The Santa already exists. This would be loving, which is not what we want. Or is it? Or this was loving, right? This is either... This could be impish or brave. Brave would be Santa. This is definitely not loving, is it? We want brave or impish. No. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Let's check. Oh man. I'm pretty sure brave or impish is what we want. Yeah, brave or impish goes to bossy. We already got Hitomi. Laughing out crazy. Nope. Brave or impish. I don't know what's safer. Okay. Is this has to be impish or brave, right? Brave. Cool. Give me a reindeer. Oh, we still have one more? Okay. It's gonna take a while, but if we can keep going with brave. Cool. That'll be later, in 20 minutes. Now, for the real important stuff. Tokiko. Can we already wing sync? Tokiko Shigura, the president of NICE Japan branch. Are we doing this already? Let's see what, nothing. Should we just do this? Interesting. Time remaining. There's nothing to see.
What's going on here?
Maybe she's not thinking about anything at all.
Her mind is completely blank?
Maybe she reached a state of selflessness.
Okay. Well,
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game, but there was
Why are we
a
so far
high-level
away?
encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into NICE.
okay.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the
Of course they're gonna
news.
say it has nothing to do with
However,
them.
it's completely unrelated to NICE. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
Oh, Chikara.
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see.
Hmm.
Chikara is a former member of NICE, though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of percent.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from NICE. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas
You say they're a sect.
we are an ideological society.
So you're a sect. Okay.
Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that NICE created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from Nyes.
How did you end up here?
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Nyes is a secret organization hidden from the public.
It's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates. If I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
He's the one who, of course, he looks like the ones who were with Sosajima. I think it's the one who retired from Sosajima, and I guess works at Nice now. Good job, man.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Nyes, a secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. Nyes is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch. This is a common misconception, but Nyes is not a religious organization.
Okay.
We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
Okay.
And that is?
The simulation theory.
Oh, there we go.
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something.
Is that the nirvanA initiative? Because it sounds like nirvanA, you know?
That's the theory.
Like we're in a made-up reality.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Cool.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hag has completely lost it.
How will you tear the seams of the world?
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
You will someday.
Okay.
It is a prophecy.
Warp on
It
weft?
will be
What is that?
fulfilled eventually.
What is that?
Is that a penis?
It's a hand sign we use.
You just have gang signs and you're saying you're not...
It's
Okay.
meant to resemble the sign behind me.
How? Can you show me the hand sign? This hand sign is supposed to be that symbol behind Tokiko. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, we're doing this. I thought it was one of the ones that at some point they get pissed off and they tell you something, but I guess it just keeps going. Okay. How are you doing around 6 AM on the 9th, the time of death of Jin Furue?
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Oh.
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location.
That's quick.
It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
Okay.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
I don't see it. Maybe, oh, are these 3 fingers and these 3 fingers these? Okay. No more.
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really. Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard.
So you're his
I used to be
secretary.
a bodyguard for a
secretary.
certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage.
Huh.
I slugged him in the face and resigned. Then
Yeah.
ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
Cool. Acquaintance. Say something funny.
Something funny. There, I said it.
Cool.
Your badge.
No.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
Okay. Let's check this out. A glass doll here. Office desk. A chair.
That's the nonupal X. the
Non-upal
symbol
X.
of knives.
Yeah, because it's 9 X's, right?
Non-upal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-upal is the 9th.
So non-upal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Nizadlaws is derived from 9-exed lozenge?
What?
Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words, Nizadlaws means the 9 X's of the diamond.
Okay, this is BS. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's dark.
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freya?
Freyer.
Freyer?
Frey. I thought I heard that somewhere before.
I am asking the person within you.
Oh. So, remember how at the beginning they did this thing where they asked me a question directly? So they could sort of put that into this whole narrative of the simulation, right?
What?
I will ask you one more time.
What does Freyer mean?
Are you a Freya?
It's like player, right? Freyer. Oh, how do I know this? Have we heard that before? A Freyer. Let's say no, because I don't know what it is.
I see. Then I must have been mistaken.
What is a Freyer? Frey. Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free.
Oh, yeah.
Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Free to free, like to free from the... Like free ourselves from the simulation, right?
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
I like this. I like this subplot. It's interesting. Or plot, I guess.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Nyes didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Nyes are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
Okay.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams.
Very Matrix-like. This
The
whole thing.
appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
No.
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relate Tama's story directly to Tokiko.
Yes, Exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
Okay, I like this. Interesting. February 11th.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
So this is like our temple from the previous game, right?
I feel calm when I'm around nature.
It's a toilet, no?
It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My
Okay.
eyes?
Just do it.
Okay.
Oh.
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right hand.
That's cool, so I can investigate without being there.
Alright, let's start looking around.
I like this. Virtual reality activation. The VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Tama's special vision modes, such as X-ray mode, can be applied to everything. Okay. By changing the special mode, what you can okay, changing the special mode where you can inspect will change. Utilize this to find this hidden information. Okay. Whoa.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
So there's mannequins behind there? Interesting. Let's do everything regular world and then a camera. The body was shown to the entire world through this camera. There's a big monitor
Looks
here.
like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
More cameras. This is an electric kettle.
Maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
Nothing too interesting here.
I wonder how deep this sign is embedded.
What do we do at times like these?
Right, the X-ray. The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
Is this shaped like this? What is this, man? Confirm the status before the body combusted. The end of the signboard that is stabbed into the corpse can be verified with X-ray.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip.
Is this
Kind
explosives?
of like a man's, you know what?
What do you mean, man? You
Couldn't
crazy?
you have compared it to a fish hook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing.
Okay.
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Signboard was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove. Okay. That is connected to something? There's like a string. So they could like remotely activate the explosion, right? Is that what it is?
What's this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention.
Like a coil?
First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Okay. Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off even with the slightest impact, a fuse, and a substance that causes a thermite reaction. But what's up with... Made no comment on this string-looking thing. They have to have pulled from it, or... Maybe here, he does.
Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Rigor mortis was already fading and the body had somewhat softened by the time it was found. Interesting. So I thought it was like separated and instantly brought here, but I guess it took some time. Why did they not say anything about the string?
This? Getting a better look at it.
Okay.
It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer
Can you
is
see
1
it?
billionth of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
She made it visible?
But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple
Oh.
CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
The door? Oh,
That
it's a
way.
switch. Oh, the one that turned off the light, or...
Over by that red lamp.
There we go. What should I do if I saw a UFO? Let's go brave. That would be wave, or that'd be impish. High thumb. Get on, that'd be brave, right? Could be loving as well, no? This would be loving, maybe. Cool. Amazing jump power, almost as much as Mizuki. Okay, still going for it. I don't know how many questions there is. It takes. Cool.
What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
The CNT extending from the corpse was threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to a light switch.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done
Oh, okay.
investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered
didn't
so
check
far,
this, but I
we
guess
should be able to
doesn't
solve
matter.
the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
I mean, how he appeared, we have no idea, but what was used to burn him, we know. The truth reenactment, or maybe they know, I don't know. Truth reenactment allows you to find the truth with the information you have gathered. Answer Tama's questions with the best answer. Only by correctly answering her questions will the truth be reenacted. This is basically like this game's version of the manga in Danganronpa, which is pretty cool.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too
I like
quickly.
this.
Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
I need to go there. Cool.
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
But no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something else.
Did they like cause something with this?
An electric
Like an electric
kettle?
surge?
Maybe if someone turned on this kettle while the studio was using its maximum amperage.
But the breaker didn't trip.
Yeah, no. This makes
There
sense.
must be some other way.
So it's not the switch. Was it one of these? Maybe one of these was like rigged. I can't change to X right now, so I'm just gonna click on one of these.
The answer button by this contestant's seat is actually...
It's not a light switch.
What about the others? Nope.
There were bundled CMTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
Yeah, but look at this. I'm thinking, well, I thought it was supposed to be like the power was turned off and then the string was attached. So then when they went to turn it on, then they pull the string without wanting to, right? Because when you turn it off, it goes up according to the model, so it wouldn't really pull the string.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
But I thought it was like so perfectly cut and so perfectly placed on the floor that it was no way, there was like no way that it fell down. It was just, it appeared there.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
Okay.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Ceiling beams were damaged, the CNT attached to the switch was pulled, the rigor mortis softened. That makes sense. Culprit dropped it. Rigor mortis was already fading and the body
was the
had...
mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams.
But how would you... There's no way to make sure it would fall like this.
It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's
Just
what made it
BS.
fall
Whatever.
down. Now for the final question. Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
What I'm saying is that the switch said it doesn't say there. We can't see it with... I'm trying to think if it was the other way around. Like if it's pulled, it goes up. Okay, I think it makes sense. That's fine.
It's because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So the fuse is what made it take a while. Right?
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
Alright, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Macadamy? Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started!
Okay.
Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well, it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
Okay.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon!
They could have even set it up, and it could have even been like one of the people who were in the show. They could have just chilled there, right?
It needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
To look like they hadn't done it.
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
So there are many possible, many people who could have done it.
You made me do it!
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere.
How can it be that there's a single switch that makes everything go completely dark in a studio like this?
Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
Okay. So it's less mystical, so maybe there's something we can investigate instead of being just magic.
Cut! Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Okay, that was cool. Interesting little segment. It's not SOMNIUM, so they added a little bit of a different thing to do, which is cool. Appreciate it. Makes the investigations more interesting, so.
That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't, though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
The problem is the time of death 6 years later, which they don't know about, of course.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere, just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
Okay. What's up with the camera? Why is that happening? I'm not moving the camera. Okay. Why did the culprit blow up the corpse?
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
Okay. CNT is highly flammable carbon material, okay. It doesn't stand a chance against 3000 degree temperature, but it bonds with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flame. I don't know what's going on with the camera, but by the time rigor mortis would subside, yeah, you wouldn't know exactly,
the culprit
right?
must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so.
The thing is, it would definitely, like, if this was really what happened, I don't know how rigor mortis works, but like, it would have definitely tipped, like, let's say the head falls off first, and it would have definitely fallen on his head or somewhere. It would have spun a little bit. It wouldn't just fall directly like this, but whatever. I mean, we have to accept it, I guess. Doesn't even matter, like, if it just fell a different way, it would be fine, but they wanted the sign to look like this, so.
The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
Or any smell? By the reason the corpse's cross-section was facing downward.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
Makes sense, actually. Could make sense.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Okay, it's like a badminton's thing, right? I guess it makes sense. I don't know if it would be that effective at doing that, but okay.
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show.
I haven't seen this before, sorry. I'm looking at the chat, the Twitch chat, and it says likely ban evader restricted. Of course, it's someone who says like cheap viewers and a website, so it's cool. It's cool that it doesn't show up in the chat. I know how that works, that you can tell Twitch, but thank you. Anyway, so yeah, anyone, like, whoever did this had to have some sort of access to the backstage, right? So it makes the presenter
There
really...
must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
A presenter is really suspicious then.
You mean... the director, Shinpei Wagai.
Oh, the director.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now. At the maid cafe, Sunfish Pocket.
Hopefully he didn't realize, because... Anyway, we're going back to the Sunfish Pocket. We already went back to the Matsuhito Diner, and of course HQ. We're repeating some scenes, some places. There's our friend.
There he is.
Ah, shit.
Really?
Damn.
Did we get the calculations from Tama as well? That was the dumbest thing and the most fun as well from the previous game. Let's see what we can do. So he does know something. Oh, I was not on the keyboard. That's crazy. Okay, we got a suspect. But
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane?
he can't be like the mastermind or something. It would be too simple. Right?
There are customers and staff in here.
Why is no one here now? So quickly.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
I'm the authorities,
Hey,
bitch.
can't you just let me go?
No.
What?
He was chill as well. He was nice.
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right?
Why are you shooting people then?
I can't go to jail.
Dumbass.
That's why I accepted his offer in the first place.
There we go. The
I
mastermind.
needed money to take care of my kid.
You're dingus.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror.
Terror. Okay.
I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either.
The Terror.
All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said,
I want to borrow your studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time, that includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked, that's all. I'll pay you 5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the night of the 11th. Okay, interesting. So we have no idea who it is.
I haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Why do you start shooting me even if that's the case? Like, you're so dumb. Come to class 3A at Sekiba High. You'll get your money there. Okay, Sekiba High is the school the girls go to.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki.
Yeah, let's go.
But are they? Yeah, they are third years because they're 18, right? Sekiba High. So it could be their class. Please don't tell me there's a corpse here. Corpse. Chikara.
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics.
So this is why the HB serial killings. Right at the beginning of the game, they said the half-body serial killings. That was probably the first way they addressed it, and I was like, it's just Jinfurue. Why are they saying serial killings? Who died, and why are they not telling me? Okay, they got him.
Chikara Horodori.
It was pretty clear that he wasn't like the mastermind though, because we met him at the beginning and all that. Interesting.
No way.
So right side again.
It can't be.
So is it gonna show up later? Nothing to be done. Oh, the shrine.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, do you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then.
I don't feel like there's gonna be much here. I just set it up.
It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
This is... Okay. More important things. What ability do you want? Future sight. Time control? These are not clear. Let's just try to think which one would be loving. Telepathy? X-ray vision is like impish, maybe. Brave. Future sight. Probably? Yeah. I prefer Casey over Nostradamus. Evolved to Bossy. Nice. Receive 1000 eyeballs. I became an adulty. Is this boss? Okay. Cool, so we got Irisy, who turns into Hitomi, and Bossy. Cool. Next time we're gonna do a different one. But I need to check. So we did loving, right? To get Iris. Let me check. Yeah. We did loving to get Iris. Let's try to get brave. Each of the others is fine. Let's try to go with Mizuki. Once we do that one, we can just do whatever else we want. So let's go with brave. We'll see. Just try not to get loving. How do you like your engine to be supplied air? Is this brave? This is not loving, definitely, right? Crazy, okay. We can do crazy. We'll see. As long as we don't get loving, it's fine. Anyway, blackboard. It's a blackboard, there's nothing particularly suspicious. How is he there?
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but
There's a skeleton inside?
there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that it has no guts!
Wonderful.
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts.
Interesting.
I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
What could that mean? Apart from a terrible joke, but like, why does he have no guts? The reason the corpse is on the blackboard is because it doesn't have internal organs anymore. The open space inside the body has a lower pressure than the outside. It's similar to how suction cups work. That's disgusting. So it's just holding there. But how would you do that without like teleporting it? All the innards are missing from the right half.
Chikara's right side.
Ugh.
The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
Okay.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th. Right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
Looks like there aren't any other clues here.
Okay, I wrote that down just in case.
Well, satisfied?
Is Terra the culprit?
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
What about security cameras?
I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. You remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
Oh, true. Well, the Nile message.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Chimpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police.
I mean, if he wanted Chimpei to find it, that would really mess him up. Like, he would get framed, right? Maybe. Or at least he would get involved with the police, or he would have to. But maybe he knew that we already knew about this. Maybe he knows more than he lets on, I don't know.
Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Chimpei.
In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
There's still the possibility that someone would use the sync machine to swap bodies and stuff. I don't think that's gonna be the main thing here, because the other sync machine is not working anymore, right? And apparently there's only one, but who knows?
I've been expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I mean, I knew you would come see me.
Jin's right half didn't teleport.
I've solved the mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. Teleportation? It's impossible. We live in a simulation? This is a fake world created by a program? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. Just a ludicrous myth like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa. I'm sure there are people who'd like to believe in these things. And there are groups who profit by making people believe.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of NICE have nothing to do with this.
Are you sure about that? All the pieces would fit together if NICE is the one that made the QR video. The falsified paranormal phenomenon. What was written on the signboard. It all advances your agenda. Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video by showing that sign along with the corpse on stream?
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place? Are you saying there is some message urging people to join NICE in it?
Do you know someone named Jinpei Wagai? No, she's gonna say no.
No, I don't.
Then do you know about terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes.
On the news?
This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes, but...
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't help you, but... I know of the incident, of course. However...
Yes, I know you have an alibi. We were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent. You are the president of NICE. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
Are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
Oh, but you could.
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
Remember what Tokiko said. Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent. Their order and Nyes are heading in completely different directions.
Perhaps Nyes and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations. It is true that Nyes and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades.
Okay. What do they believe in?
We are living in a simulation, a false world. And from this false world, we seek emancipation. That is what Nyes believes. On the other hand, the Order of Percent, we are living in a simulation, a false world. But they wish to remain imprisoned within it forever.
Okay, interesting.
Forever?
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
A game that lets you rob, murder, blow things up, leave a trail of debris wherever you go. An absurd, heinous game where you can freely commit all sorts of horrible crimes.
I've never played anything like that, but I know what you mean.
Then you can understand. If this is a false world created by someone, then the Order of Percent believe they can do whatever they wish. To them, this place is a true utopia. A dream world where they're allowed to do anything they want with no real consequences.
Cool.
That's why they want to live here forever?
Exactly.
I get it. That's why Chikara was researching immortality.
In theory, using Purge, even immortality is achievable. The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
What is research?
I'm aware that Chikara was very particular about immortality. However, I will say one thing. One must not believe in eternal youth. Eternal youth is a lie. By the way, Mr. Ryuki, do you remember what you said earlier?
She seems like really intelligent and well-spoken until she throws up a gang sign every time she says something weird. It's hard to take you seriously when you do that.
Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense.
I like the character design, it's really cool.
The simulation theory is not occult. It falls within the realm of science. In fact, many esteemed scientists have given serious thought to the matter. The theory was originally proposed by a Swedish philosopher. However, the concept has been around since long ago, even as far back as the days of Plato and Zhuangzi. This world may be an illusion. At least, there is no way to prove it isn't an illusion. There are great people throughout history who have held such ideas.
But there's no way to prove it is an illusion either, is there?
No, there is plenty of science to support it. The holographic principle, theory of relativity, the measurement problem in quantum theory can also be considered proof.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you one thing. Beings that are far more intelligent and advanced than we humans, do you believe a civilization of such beings exists anywhere in this world? And by this world, I mean all possible worlds in the entire universe, including those outside of our own.
Well, somewhere out there, probably.
I agree. Taking that into consideration, we're left with 3 possibilities. 1.
Okay, she's being very restrictive, but that's fine.
Civilization hasn't reached a level of technology advanced enough to create a simulation that can't be distinguished from reality. 2. Civilization has reached a level of technology advanced enough to accomplish this, but it hasn't for some reason. 3. Civilization has reached that level of technology and has no strong reason not to use it. Therefore, they've proceeded with creating an intricate simulation. Which of these do you think is most likely?
Are you saying it's 3?
That is what a famous Swedish philosopher believed, at least. He further explains that civilization must have run simulations millions or even trillions of times. In which case, it would make sense to believe our world would be included in one of those simulations.
You're saying it's far more likely that we're one of the countless simulated worlds, rather than a world that exists in the one and only reality.
It's a cool thought experiment, honestly. It's a cool topic,
Do I have that right?
Yes.
and I like it. I like it being part of a game, part of the plot. Additionally, the simulation in the real world may be a simulation itself, kind of like a Matryoshka doll. Just so you know, I'm not saying I believe in the simulation theory. The simulation theory is isn't too credible because of this Matryoshka aspect. Okay. I'm getting sleepy.
I see. Then let us leave it at that.
Oh, I wanted to see the other things.
In any case,
Whoops.
there is no denying that the simulation theory is true.
I thought it was just a comment on the philosopher thing.
But unlike Chikara, I have no interest in the concept of immortality, because my objective is to tear at the seams of this world and emancipate us all.
No, I mean... Okay, that's fine.
So you mean dying?
No. Death and emancipation are completely different. I have no desire to commit suicide, though I would be fine with dying at any time.
Because this world isn't real.
There is that, yes. However, there is another reason. If I wish to do so, I can resurrect myself.
Okay.
We are living in a false world created by a program. Therefore, if we can rewrite its code, we can create miracles, like reincarnation, or even...
Like, why can't she be like a normal person believing this? Why she has to have this crazy ass face? Like,
bringing someone who has already passed back to life.
that's what you want, right? In that sense, killing wouldn't be a problem, right?
Has this woman lost it? Ryuki, you were right. There's clearly a lot of reasons to be suspicious of Tokiko.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's check with Wingsync.
Can you? She has to be thinking about something now, right? Yeah, she's thinking about someone.
I saw everything.
If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
What is it she saw?
I don't know. This is as far as we can get through Wingsync.
Then...
Yes, let's get a deeper look into her mind, using a regular sync.
Can we? Can we just take her? I don't think you can. That's fine.
Ryuki, just to confirm.
Yes, she
Oh,
accompanied
you did
me
get permission.
voluntarily and...
No, I meant from boss.
I haven't seen Boss. She wasn't in the control room.
It's fine. I'll be sure to talk to her later.
I don't think this is a good idea. Besides, you don't look so good, Ryuki.
I'm fine. So please, I need more leads to solve this case.
But you... Oh, fine.
I do have to go though, so I'm not gonna do this sync now,
I'll
but
help you for now, but I won't be held responsible.
I'm gonna see if I can save inside of the Somnium.
Look, Ryuki, please just don't cause any problems. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes. I absolutely need you to follow this rule.
Yes, understood.
Okay then, let's begin.
I'm just curious why she would agree to this. That's fine.
I wonder if this is the nice president's room. It's really white though.
Okay, we can save before we start this. I really want to do it, but I don't have time right now. Let's quickly go through the files. What do we got? Tokiko, 53, of course you are. Makes sense. President of Nice Japan, a believer in simulation theory, sincerely believes that the world she lives in is fake and was created by someone. She has no interest in living a long life in this world. Mamoru, unknown, previously worked under Sosujima, but is now the secretary and bodyguard of Tokiko Shigure, the president of Nice Japan. Not the best personality, but is loyal to his employer. Rigor mortis softening. I was watching porn yesterday when my mom walked in. I went from rigor mortis to softening. Okay, man. So this is not really like a this example broke me. Okay. Yeah, so this one doesn't have like a description like most others. Like some are weirdly explained. That's fine. Okay, that's it. I have some stuff in the manual, so that's fine. We don't need that. Wink sync. Okay, cool. We have some eyeballs, so let's save and open this up. Did we get we didn't get any achievements, so probably not. Or maybe I don't have anything to. Yeah, I don't have anything. It would have shown like a little green thing, green light. Okay, we're saving up eyeballs. We're gonna need them later. So cool. We're gonna leave it here. That's it for me. Next time we're gonna see what we can find inside this woman's mind. Tokiko seems definitely suspicious, and we could see there in the wink sync that she was like giving orders to someone really strongly, so maybe she's involved in some shady stuff. So have a good one. I'll see you soon in nirvanA Initiative, and we'll see maybe what nirvanA Initiative even means at some point. So yeah, see you around. Bye bye.